Hey there! After finishing Diablo 2, we're jumping right into Diablo 3 just to play through the story. So we're gonna just jump and create the character. So I'm thinking of going with the Wizzard. And we're gonna go with the female. We're gonna call her Spark. Because we played the Diablo 2 with sorcerers, I do think it's a good idea to actually jump into this one with the Wizard. My main character basically was, once I started playing Diablo 3, was the Demon Hunter, and I played a lot of Demon Hunter. Later on I chose other classes. All the classes are actually very good. I don't think there's like a class I didn't like in Diablo 3, but we're gonna go with the Wizard, because there's like going to be a connection between the sorcerers and the Wizard in this game. So let's just jump to it, and here we go. I'm not gonna jump into season. In a seasonal character, we're gonna go jump into a sim.
Since my youth, I have been told that I was special. A prodigy of vast potential. I came to the Ishari Sanctum, seeking what knowledge I could glean from the Masters. But I found them fearful of the truth. I would learn nothing from them. But the old books, the prophecies they contained, showed me all that might come to pass, and all that I might become. Then, a star fell from the heavens, the sign that my moment had come. I will go west to Tristram, to stop the darkness that the star portends, and fulfill the destiny that beckons me.
I like the style of cinematics that they used in Diablo 3. Of course, they were not as flashy as in the first game. We're not probably going to invest in the Paragon levels, because there's a lot, but I do want to see the subtitles. Not sure why they were removed,
This place reeks of the dead. The fallen star must be near.
Yeah, I'm not gonna invest in the Paragon levels, but just not to make the game too easy. It's normal difficulty. Just gonna go through the story most of the time.
Prophecy sent me in search of the star that fell on this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
Keep coming.
I remember I got the access to play the beta as well.
If my old masters could...
I've never seen anyone fight
I was
like
so
that
hyped
before.
about that.
Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Okay, got a new skill, which is Ray of Frost, and the system is a little bit different than it was in Diablo 2.
I came here to study the fall of old Tristram.
The dead have been a bane on our existence since that cursed fire fell. We have to burn them, just to make sure they don't rise from the grave.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue in the game,
I
though.
came here to study the fall of old Tristram. This is closer to the town's history than I want to be.
Zakarum has fallen to disgrace. As the shepherd watches over his flock, so shall I care for those who seek to protect us.
I worked my hands to the bone to bring you this.
I promised Marco I'd protect him, and now he's dead.
Was there something? Oh yeah, the sound most likely a little bit too loud, so let's make it up to 70. Music, yeah. Everything's gonna go down a little bit, so it doesn't get too loud. It seems it's still a little too loud. Okay, gonna go into the 55s. Okay, now it's manageable.
Nothing ever seems to change in New Tristram, does it?
What do you mean?
There's always some threat of the risen dead or foul evil descending on the town, isn't there?
Isn't there? I like the blacksmith, he was a cool character.
Don't you dare lift a finger to help our mayor fix his wagon. My brother died defending this town, while that bloated coward tried to run away. The dead, rising from their graves. This must be the end of the world.
I was usually playing hardcore,
move
and
this
later
thing?
on I
I
jumped
need to
into
get by.
softcore.
How dare you speak to me like that? I am the mayor of this town.
Why are you trying to leave?
Are you mad? This town is doomed. Anyone with a grain of sense should be trying to get out. Will you help me or not?
I am not in the habit of helping cowards.
Yeah, I was always playing like hardcore from the beginning. I just went straight into hardcore.
Tristram used to be such a wonderful place to live. My family has been here since the town grew out of the ruins of old Tristram. But now, it's horrible. The loved ones we've buried and grieved over now threaten our lives.
The only disadvantage that was playing in hardcore for me, because I didn't have like a very stable internet, so I died a lot because of the internet issues.
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that New Tristram sprang up to accommodate them. Fewer travelers visit now, though, and the town is mostly populated by craftsmen and farmers.
There's a lot of lore in Diablo.
We've been under siege for
3.
6 days now. Uncle
Many
Deckard is
books.
still missing. Captain Rumford and the
quests.
others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Yeah, we're probably
Are
gonna
you
unlock
Leah?
the list.
Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
No, they are not.
Business.
This is killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will make certain that doesn't happen. Your town is safe.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Right. Captain Rumford. At the gates. I think not much.
Militiamen went out. Only Rumford came back. How could that help us? We never...
Oh, wait, Kane's house is actually available.
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
What can I do to help you fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Thanks for the warning, but I won't be dying today.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
How convenient. Freeze, boys!
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Don't you worry.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world. But the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore. Basically, each enemy you kill, there's a new
I
lore
am
for
Abdul
it.
Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Honduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious krill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
While exploring a cave with hopes of finding hidden treasure, I came upon a most grisly sight. A heap of dead bodies. Unbelievably, as I was searching them for any items of value, they began to rise. I must tell them of this in New Tristram before it's too late.
I had heard the rumors, but I thought them just fancies of bored women. Until I saw
So
them
much
dragging people through the
information.
streets today. Our own citizens. Has the world gone mad?
That should put an end to the attacks, at least for now.
Yeah, it's insanely... Most of the characters are strong. The only thing that you need, like, early on in the game, and you want early on in the game, is some movement improvement, like teleports, vaults, or something like that. I have too much money, but there's no way to change it. You just... Once you create a new character, you just basically get everything the other characters have collected so far. Everything just transfers.
Diablo himself once walked this place.
Now we can change the choke pulse. Okay, an improvement. We're just gonna go... Use the old... Oh wait, we need to go back to town. Get any quest.
For a long time, Uncle Deckard avoided coming back to this place. There were a lot of ghosts here for him. This is where Diablo drove old King Leoric mad and terrorized the people. I don't know what really happened here, but whatever it was horrible. Nearly everyone who survived went mad.
They added a lot of features actually in this game, so from paints to dyes to armor, cosmetics. Diablo 3, once it came out, it was a little bit of a different game. The Reaper of Souls did change a lot.
Thank you for your help, but could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him. My knowledge increases.
Knowledge increases. Get better boots. I don't remember when the books appear. Once you get the quest, or you don't, or before you get the quest.
When Leah told us the dead were pouring out of the cathedral, we quickly went to put an end to it. At first, it seemed we were succeeding, but they just kept coming. We were overcome. Captain Dalton and the men fought valiantly. They protected me. I am no soldier. I was a farmer. I should not have been out there with them. I do not know how I made it back here. None of the others did. And now, somehow, I'm supposed to lead the militia. I volunteered to help because it seemed the right thing to do. But I'm no leader of men.
Perhaps you are more of a leader than you think.
That's a simple thing for you to say. You were born to fight monsters like the risen dead. Me? I'm just a farmer.
Just a farmer boy, out of the pillages. I didn't do nothing to deserve this. Dude, come on, calm down. Calm down, lad. Oh yeah, we probably just get the quest. And then you go for the books. Because this place alone drops like 13 books, I think, of lore.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Adria's hut, huh?
It doesn't seem likely that Deckard Cain could have survived down in the cathedral this long, does it?
He is alive, and I will rescue him.
You seem quite sure of yourself. Do you know something I don't?
Yeah. Like the whole story of the game, for example.
It's a shame that bard got himself eaten.
This is my room. Do you like it? A miracle has happened. A hero, like one out of Uncle
Why didn't she
Deckard's
say
tales,
anything?
appeared and
Usually
saved
she
us.
said like something.
I know in my heart that my uncle still lives, and I pray that the hero will bring him home safely. To go through other people's things, don't you?
Oh yeah. It isn't polite to go through other people's things, don't you? There's a lot of hidden lore too. You need to like go
What
in.
can you tell me about Leah and her uncle, Deckard Cain?
Not too much, I'm afraid. They came here almost a year ago. She split her time between looking after him and helping out the town. He spent his days in the old cathedral, looking for old texts from what I hear. They were inside when that thing hit. She's lucky to be alive.
Okay, maybe I should increase the volume a little bit for the at least voices and music. Okay, should be fine.
And it is written, a fire will come.
Let's go. Find Deckard Cain. Oh yeah. Wrong waypoint.
Let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What about your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Oh, was he now? Interesting. Who could that warrior be?
Look, a hidden cellar. Follow me.
I think there was more to your mother than you know.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
But it seems like the outlay of the map is a little bit different than what it was in Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. They just kept changing the map. Not entirely sure why though.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will search the cathedral. You stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
How did your mother die?
Well, details are hazy, but I know that Adria was obsessed with chasing the arcane. She knew she could never raise a child. Uncle Deckard believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her.
Okay. Oh wait, I need to get out. Dude, this is gonna be a refresher for me too, because I don't remember the story at all. I remember most of the major and most necessary facts that were happening, but I really forgot, like, the additional stuff. Like, what was going down in the first place? I remember the part where that you need to go and save Deckard Cain. That I do remember, but there's like a lot of things I do not. Yeah, we don't need to go into the mass grave. We're just gonna skip most of the sites activities. We're just gonna primarily do the main story. And the story of the followers.
The fallen star is somewhere inside.
The Fallen Star. Cathedral level 1.
This must be where the star fell. Its crater is tinged with some strange magic.
Oh yeah, there are also environmental things that you can interact with, and they do damage enemies as well, like the chandeliers and the sort. Chandelier.
Some foul new disease has taken hold in this land, and the carrion bats are near the heart of it. Since returning to Tristram, I have seen their numbers surge. The evil forces that linger here give them strength, and I fear that the worst is yet to come.
Our first champion attack. It just seems like the lasers are still the best, the best skill you can
The
use.
grotesques may seem slow and senseless, but they hide many dangers within their hideously malformed bodies. A set of spikes lurks beneath the monster's flesh, and foul parasites nest within them. It is said that these horrors themselves are constructed by a greater evil, a darkness that I cannot even fathom.
Zap! Yeah, I need the teleport so bad. It would be so much faster with the teleport. If I could teleport. But we'll have to wait a little bit until get it. Also, major change. They only like made the potions that can heal you and the orbs that you can collect, which randomly sometimes drop from the mobs.
My name is Latdanan, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I left only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
We thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
No accurate there, son. Battle axe. Increases the damage though.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold. Skeleton King.
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
Run, Decker Cave! Oh no, he's being whacked by the skeletons. Zap!
Kane, I will save you!
Stay back!
Yeah, help folks.
Need more time.
Insane.
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
You live. Fortune smiles on you, old man. I'm here to bring you back to Leah.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
Cool.
We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Will do, old man.
I have fulfilled my promise to Leah and rescued her uncle, Deckard Cain. Now, all that stands between me and the fallen star is the Skeleton King, who has returned to darken Tristram once again.
The Skeleton King. Yeah, that was a cool quest. It was also in the beta, so you could have done that too. There. Where's the blacksmith? Blacksmith is not here. Oh, I think I know why, because you just have to like talk to them. So we need to get a new quest, and after the quest we need to do something else. Just gonna check if there's no new book. Kane's house. Nope.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Our time is running short. What can you tell me about the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
He got a sash.
I've spent most of my life traveling from place to place with Uncle Deckard, while he did his crazy research.
What is he looking for?
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse.
What did you discover about your mother?
She wasn't from Tristram originally. She came here during the Troubles. She was in search of something, but I'm not sure what. She reminds me of Uncle Deckard, obsessed with the war between angels and demons.
Wonder why. If the book is... Oh. Yeah.
Uncle Deckard is home, rescued from the clutches of the Skeleton King. I'm so glad. But the Skeleton King, I thought he was a folktale. The idea of Mad King Leoric returning to torture this place. Hasn't Tristram suffered enough?
I have some new items that I'm certain...
I don't remember if the Jewel Crafter is actually here, or will he be available afterwards, but I do think he might be actually
The
here.
Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
Leoric's tale is sad, but I am here to find the fallen star, and the Skeleton King stands in my way.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts. I am the last of the Horodrim. I couldn't always claim this. In fact, if I had turned to the Horodric teachings sooner, Diablo could have been stopped before his reign of terror began.
You can't truly believe that.
When the first signs appeared, I did nothing. I had shrugged the old tales off like they were so much fantasy. And Tristram, no, the world, has paid dearly for my arrogance. I have tried to make up for my failings. Leah and I have spent her lifetime scouring the world, collecting pieces of the prophecy of the end days. If I can decipher it, we will have the key to defeating the Lords of Hell.
I notice a great fondness between you and Leah.
I do not know what my life would have been like had I not raised her. Oh, it must have been difficult for Leah, following an old man on a mad search for the secrets to defeating the Lords of the Burning Hells. But though she has seen her share of mysterious things, she is still unsure of my quest. I can understand. She has never seen anything like Diablo and his brothers.
There's a
The
lot of
prophecy of the end days is contained within the Horodric tomes I inherited from my ancestor, Jared Kane. It is a warning to those who could interpret it regarding Hell's ultimate invasion of our world, written by many different people throughout history, in many different lands. All known versions of the prophecy are incomplete. I have spent a good part of the past 20 years trying to complete it. I am certain it holds the answers to defeating the Lords of Hell.
You said Diablo drove Leoric mad.
Leoric resisted Diablo's attempts to possess him, but the effort left him weak and confused. When his son Albrecht was kidnapped to be a vessel for Diablo, it destroyed any sanity Leoric had left.
What happened after he became the Skeleton King?
He commanded an army of the dead deep within the cathedral, finally serving the Lord of Terror he had resisted while alive. Many adventurers tried and failed to slay the Skeleton King. It was left to Leoric's eldest son, Aiden, to finally kill the monster his father had become.
Okay. Let's see if there are new books. No new book here. I remember the Leah had like the most books, and they just constantly kept appearing.
One of Theodos's great comedies.
Guess they're not here, so probably we'll get them a little bit later. Yeah, let's go talk to Hadrig.
Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
And there's so much dialogue, and I'm just skipping most of it. Oh, yeah, the jewel crafter is actually here.
You think you're some type of hero?
Blacksmith, Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
I know it will be difficult, but she would want you to do it. I will help you.
Thank you. Follow me.
Let's go. Zap, zap, zap.
My friends, I'm sorry.
You are helping them. You don't need to be sorry.
It's like Stratholm. I even got a new tune. What?
Forgive me.
Hedrick, help me.
Blah. Blah.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrick Aemon.
Well, Hedrick, Deckard Cain told me you know where Leoric's crown is.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
I don't think your apprentice is alive, though. You can talk to the jewel crafter.
Ah, very interesting topic. I sell jewels.
Well, I suppose that could be interesting. What are you doing so far from Xi'an-Sai?
The women. Young ladies chasing me around day and night, begging for a kiss. I had to leave. It was the only honorable thing to do.
I somehow feel that you aren't being entirely truthful with me.
Truth? Never touch the stuff. You are very brave to venture outside the town gates. I hear there are all sorts of dangerous things crawling around out there.
If you consider the Walking Dead dangerous, then I suppose you are correct.
Oh, that's terrible. I only meant the rats and snakes. I do like this Deckard Cain fellow. It's rare that I can find someone I have so much in common with.
You two do not seem very similar.
We both had rather interesting experiences with the Zakharum priestesses in our youth, so... You know, there's nothing in the world quite so perfect as jewels. They have color, size, shape, transparency.
Transparency?
Oh yes, if only I could eat them, I would need nothing else in life. Not that you can't. I hear some people even shape certain crystals atop their food.
Maybe I should have created a seasonal character, because once you create a seasonal character, there's less people around the town. I mean, you just start like fresh new, but I guess for the story it doesn't really matter too much.
Your grandfather was King Leoric's chancellor? Tell me about him.
Not much to tell. I lived with my father in Caldeum at the time. We heard that my grandfather stayed in Tristram until the end, trying to save lives. Don't know if he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from a sword wound. He had the crown sealed with him to keep it safe.
I studied the fall of Tristram, but it is easy to forget that it happened to real people. Your grandfather was a brave man.
Did they say anything else? I don't remember. Probably not. No new book. Captain Rumford.
Did you know that King Leoric had his own
He went mad.
Will Leoric's spirit never rest? Why was he cursed so?
Did you know that King Leoric had his own wife executed? Terrible, terrible things happened when he went mad.
Okay, let's go find the crown.
Jelsa, how sweet of you to ask. My people, the Vetchin, are nomads, always traveling, looking for the land we might settle. All of us have the sight, but few have it as strong as myself. You know, men have always pursued me for my visions. Well, for things other than my visions. But everyone wants to know what the future holds.
I know what my future holds. I have seen it written.
Can you not focus on anything but power and prophecy? Live a little in the here and now. It's all we have. The world is constantly renewing itself, eternally playing out the same events over and over again. We can merely play our parts.
Are you trying to confuse me?
I speak clearly. Do not blame me for the state of your mind.
Okay, let's just go find the crown now. There is definitely going to be like more dialogues now because I have unlocked all of the characters. There's just more dialogue because of it. At the same time, there's some things that are closed, and it seems like you need to find those.
I am stronger still.
Strong. Nicely done.
This will be a good battle.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
I like that the explosions actually kill them. Additional enemies that are in the way. Shouldn't there be like the blacksmith apprentice somewhere? I think there should have been.
Scavengers are ugly, pathetic creatures who survive off of carrion and corpses, too diseased to attract any other carnivores. I did once meet a...
Hadrig's apprentice is dead. I should tell him.
Didn't survive long enough.
Scavengers are ugly, pathetic creatures who survive off of carrion and corpses, too diseased to attract any other carnivores. I did once meet a raggedy fellow who claimed that he had trained one of the beasts to bring him large rats to eat. But I'm sure the story is utter nonsense.
Oh, it's teleport. Oh, scary. Yeah, we can have a shield as well at the same time. At least I know where the cemeteries are and then most of the environment. Maybe I don't even need to kill them as much. Just need to go to the cemetery. Just enter it. There we go. Cemetery. Search for chancellors also beneath the cemetery of the Forsaken. Yeah, there's like a few of the places where you can actually
During the
find
last days of King Leoric's
one
reign,
of these.
even the skeletons of the ancient dead could not rest. They took up their broken armor and weapons once more, ready to cut down anything that yet drew breath. Though wasted and fragile, these creatures possess a twisted cleverness that makes them quite formidable. Demons have been known to devour their own young when no other nourishment is available. Their offspring, the imps, sometimes manage to flee and band together with other demon spawn. They rove in vicious packs, ready to descend upon the unwary traveler and rip his body to shreds with their tiny needle sharp.
Legendary! I just wonder why can't I change the spells though? It says that I'm in combat, although I'm not. Okay, that's an improvement. More damage.
I am unstoppable.
The tragedies in these lands have left many restless spirits in their wake, and they demand retribution. These spirits will take out their vengeance on any unsuspecting individual who may pass, for they believe that the blood of the living will yet restore the lives that were ripped away from them.
Dagger
I
O'Neill.
need arcane power. Need more arcane power.
More arcane power. Dead end. Crown is gonna be better for a while.
This is the wrong crypt. The crown isn't here.
I can see that. Damn, wrong crypt. There's like 2 more, I think. One on this side and the other one is on at the beginning. Or maybe I'll invest
I don't have enough arcane power.
in the Paragon levels. I will be able to move a little bit faster. And just run through the game a lot faster too. Then long... Damn, so many points. Yeah, movement speed, definitely. Maximum arcane power. Invest into intelligence. Area damage, resource cost reduction. Buff per hit. Critical hit, critical hit. Attack speed. Okay. Yeah, the character will move a little bit faster, so it's gonna be just helpful. But it's just so much different than any other Diablo game. So much more speed in clearing times and all of that. Which is kind of good for, like, if you're just willing to run through the story. So that is just helping us right now. Because there are a lot of dialogues. The dialogues will be taking a lot of time to actually listen through. But the enemy battles are going to be a lot shorter right now. Oh yeah, one-shotting enemies, dude.
I would enjoy this.
Asteroid crypt now.
This looks like a crypt fit for a chancellor. The crown must be here.
Oh yeah, that's where we first get the mangle for
The unburied are formed from human corpses that were flung into mass graves without a proper burial. This hideous amalgamation of bodies decomposes together into one being, bound by some foul magic. For all my knowledge...
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
It's not up to you, Chancellor. Sorry to disappoint. Got
I
town
am returning to town.
Some improvements, very good.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem.
Should be no problem.
It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then help me. I will use your handiwork for great things. I'm afraid I have bad news. Your apprentice has died.
Fool boy. Hope for the worst and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for the news.
Got no weapons.
I am sorry about your wife, Hadrig. I wish it had not come to that.
You got nothing to apologize for. She was dying and you put her down.
Hadrig, it is only proper to grieve for Mira. I can't imagine your pain. I've never been close to anyone.
I don't want to talk about my wife. Dead is dead and gone is gone. Do you want work done or not?
My dearest Hadrig, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
So this is how it ends? They dragged my cart from the road, but for what? I can't get it repaired. Might as well dig a hole and die in it.
If that will make you feel better, perhaps you should.
Okay, dude. Okay, let's go check if there... Oh, there is a book.
I wish that Leia could live a different life, a more normal life. But alas, such is not her fate. When I pass, there is none but her to continue my work, and the future of this world hangs in the balance.
In the balance. Yeah, we'll take the diamond skin. I think it is a bit better. Let's get
I have
new
the crown.
quest.
How do I reach the Skeleton King?
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
The Skeleton King dies today. I must find the fallen star.
Okay, no new info here. No new book.
The news continues to worsen. How can you continue to wade into the fray with nary a thought for your own safety? It is madness.
Oh, I value my own safety. But there are things I must know, and hiding behind walls will teach me nothing.
Hello.
Did you know that King Leoric had his own...
Oh, I just repeat the same. Okay, I think we will end the first episode here, and we're gonna continue next time with King Leoric and the other quests. So thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, leaving a comment, ringing that notification bell, and I'll be seeing you around in the next one. Have a nice day or evening, and I'll see you around. Bye bye!